Okay, we're back for another no, not YouTube. High Value English review video of lesson number 40. Number 40. So only this one and then two more lessons. And so this is a video that gives the answers to some exercises that I made for my local students. But if you don't have the exercises, don't worry, I'll write everything here. And this is a very, I would say, very native speaking style. And I want to say I've never seen this in a textbook, but it's very important for your listening. I'll do a little review here. So let's say, I have a sister, and say who lives in Canada, for example. Now, I strongly recommend this style to students who usually create sentences that are too short. I have a sister. My sister lives in Canada. I talk to my sister. Like very, kind of brick by brick communication. So this I recommend as a way to join sentences together, to continue, not stop. But another reason I think I teach native people use these words of who or which or where is that the main point is the sister, and the bonus point is she's in Canada, which is that's just a detail. I want to tell you, I really want to tell you I have a sister, and then also, by the way, she's in Canada. And so I think you could say that might say this is subordinated, which means lower level, lower importance. This one is more important. Maybe we'll just do it that way. More important, and then less important. And I'd also say that this part is, she lives in Canada. Who lives in Canada? She lives in Canada. Canada is the same, kind of same message. But there is kind of a neighboring speaking style that we often say, which might be, I have to call my sister. And then we say which, but wait, which is for an item or a place or an object, but we say which is who, let's see, which is who left me a message last night. And so this is kind of bringing them both together. So this which is that this is less important, right? The more important, I have to call my sister. That's the more important. And then this part is the less important. By the way, she left me a message. And then this who down here is the person, right? Which is the person left me a message. So, but yeah, all of this whole second part is meaning this is a detail. It's less important. This is the main message here. So it's kind of joining them together, which is how, which is it's saying less plus the method, or which is where, which is less plus the situation, or which is what, which again says less plus the item or the thing. So yeah, it's a pretty big topic, but I recommend reviewing it in the video that's below, the more long form video there. It's also tricky because native people will say this very quickly. I have to call my sister, which is who, which is what, which is where. So it sounds like one word, which is how. And we say it so quickly we don't even really realize it. But anyway, that's all review. Let's do the exercises. So we've got exercise A. So number 1. My husband is having a hard time at work. Blah, blah, blah. I think he has been so blah, blah recently. So we have a hint here, having a hard time, a difficult time, or, difficult work. So we can gather that this part is which is, meaning this hard time is, by the way. And the answer here is going to be which. He has been so. Let's put an adjective here. So, I don't know, cranky, or stressed, or tired. Anything. Kind of an adjective word there. And so this one here is going to be which is why. And it means, by the way, this to explain more detail about this husband, about this hard time, the reason. Okay, so why means the reason he has been so tired recently. Okay, and again, the native speed might be, my husband is having a hard time at work, which is why I think he has been so tired recently, which is why. So yeah, once you start using these, you'll start hearing them more. Number 2. I got this jacket at blah, blah, blah. Gave it away. Blah, 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 blah. I always buy my clothes. Let's see. So buy. I got this jacket. Got this or bought this at, we'll say, a store. Say Zara clothing store. And then, we'll say clothing store, which is. And so we're trying to say, so in this word, I buy my clothes. I buy my clothes there. But in this case, we would say which is where. Which is where, and it means the situation, or this place, this situation, I can do something. That's a whole other topic, but that's all review. Number 3, I'm looking forward to having lunch with my old professor. Blah, blah, blah. Taught me so much about blah, blah. So my old professor. Now this old, it doesn't necessarily mean old age. It just means past, from my past. So, old professor. We can put this in. Yep, which is taught me so much about, let's say, history. Say history professor. And the professor is a human, so we can gather it's which is who, right? By the way, he or she is the human that taught me so much about history. Number 4. You overslept and were late to school. Blah, blah, blah. I always tell you to go to bed and no food after 7 p.m. Right. Okay, so I think here you can see the hint, the result. You overslept, you were late. Or let's see here. You can see there's a kind of a causation connection here. So it sounds like because I tell you to go to bed, no food, because you overslept. So that sounds like the reason, right? So we can note, which is why, that is why, that's why, which is why. That's why is maybe the same meaning. I recommend which is why. That's what I say. Which is why I always tell you to go to bed and no food after 7 p.m. Number 5. I've lived in Kyushu my whole life. Blah, blah. Also, blah. I hope to blah, blah. Let's see. I've lived in Kyushu my whole life. Let's see. What would I say here? I put this also. What do I mean? Oh. So, yeah. So, same pattern. Kyushu, southern island of Japan. So, let's see. Which is also. And, yeah. So, Kyushu also, which is also where. So, I've put this also in here. Because, yeah, which is also where, which is suddenly who, which is sometimes what. So we can put an adverb in between this phrase. So I've lived in Kyushu. Also, I hope to, let's say, what's a verb? You could hope to retire. So living, and then retire. Or you could say, you could say die. That's a more stronger word. Hope to have a family, for example. So 3 different versions. Okay, so yeah, that did mess me up a little bit. Let's go to exercise B, number 1. Hey, where were you during basketball practice yesterday? Say, so we want to try to use this phrasing, like, I was at the dentist, getting an emergency filling, which is why. Let's see, filling, which is why. I was getting a filling, which is why I couldn't come. Right? So yeah, which is why I couldn't come. So yeah, you're kind of explaining, where were you? I was at the dentist, and then you tell them that's the reason. That is the reason I couldn't come. And the person says, "Oh, okay, I see." So yeah, you don't really need this. I was at the dentist getting an emergency filling. Finish. But I guess it does help to say, the main answer is dentist, but by the way, that's why, which is why I couldn't come. Meaning I understand, your confusion, or I understand your question. Number 2, who were you just talking to on the phone? So this person, yes, they want to know who is that. You could say like, oh, I just had to talk to my I don't know what, my father. And so, maybe this next question they might say, they might say, why? Why the father? Which is who sent us those, new, I don't even know what, new pillows from Amazon. I don't know. Okay, so in this case, it's the speaker is detecting, who is it? My father. Why? Oh, well, because he is the person. He's the person who sent those those gifts, and then the first person says, "Oh, okay, I see." All right. This is a very native, but I recommend it because we use it all the time. I recommend make your own original sentences and put them in the comments, and I'll help you there. And I'll see you in the next 2 videos.